Cheers to a midday water break on a Monday. How's everybody doing? We have 2 NFL games tonight. Very exciting. We had a wild day in the NFL. Fantasy teams, fantasy injuries, so much news. I know I will be spending the rest of the day catching up on all of it. But for all of you, happy Monday. How is everybody doing today? I'm great. Just finished the new episode of my podcast for this week, The Lisa Ann Experience. You can find it on all listening platforms. You can go back and catch up on previous episodes on my YouTube channel. Oh boy, already. Why can't I? Because we're blocking people already. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with everybody? Bob, I can't even believe these comments. It's too early on a Monday. George, great to see you in here. Bob, these injuries yesterday, these are impact injuries. And yes, Niece Drew, I want to stop right here on this one. Niece and Drew in all caps, which I love because I can feel it. And I also appreciate you using all of the emojis here. How about those Lions in all caps? Why do I hear that in Dan Campbell's voice? Is that exactly how I hear it? I do, but I'm excited. Look, I drafted Jared Goff in quite a few leagues. Played him up until about week. He's still in and out of my lineup, back and forth, but played him up until about week 3. Then we thought he was going a little bit of slump. Boy, he has cleaned it up. I mean, his numbers. Adam read me Jared Goff's numbers. His accuracy is just incredible this season, and so exciting for Lions fans. So I'm celebrating you. I'm happy for you that you're really, really, really excited. Okay, mozzarella boss. All right, I'm catching. I started Jayden Daniels over Josh Allen. So upsetting, especially Jayden Daniels going out with that injury and Josh Allen having a monster day. How about them Eagles? How about Saquon Barkley alone getting more rushing yards than the Giants put up as a team? Let that sink in. Let that sink in, okay? Your running back that you couldn't figure out, which, by the way, this is a blessing for Saquon. He's in a much better situation in Philadelphia. I just think it was the fresh start that he needed. I do believe this is also a better line. All of those things. This is a very long question, David from Ohio. My name is David A. Wood, and I'm a longtime fan of yours from Kettering, Ohio. How are you personally doing today, Lisa Ann? Well, David, if you would have just listened, you would have heard all of that. So we'll go to that because that's how it is. Who else is in here that I just saw? Go 26. Okay, easy money. Does it bother you that 26 is already being used for the Giants? I think it's Singletary, right? Because every time I'd see it beginning of this season, I'm like, no, that should have not been anyone's number for a minute because I still think of Saquon, right? But look at him go. This is so exciting for him. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that very, very much. Let me see. Let me go back. Okay, because we had a couple good ones here. Taco, I will see you Friday. I will be there Friday and Saturday at Exotica, New Jersey. I will not be there Sunday. I've got to do my other job, Okay, let me go back. How am I go back about? Someone asks, how about Watson's injury? This is such a bummer for Deshaun Watson because he was not playing his best football. We know the Browns were in this conundrum. What are we going to do about this quarterback? We gave Deshaun Watson so much money. There's no way we can bench him at this point, but we kind of have to bench him. Then we went through yesterday morning that weird story. Jameis Winston is now like the backup to all backups. Like he's not even suiting up. It would have to be an emergency, which it ended up being. And then Jameis goes out there and gets it done. Like, this is why you cannot look away during these games. And this is why during the week, during the football season, I don't watch a lot of regular TV. Because on Sunday, I watch most of the games on Red Zone. But then there's some games I want to go back and watch really what happened other than the touchdowns and the Red Zone play. And there's games I will go back and watch. The Browns Bengals is one of them because I have to see how this all played out there were too many players being taken out on carts yesterday. That was the toughest part about it. Like DK Metcalf, are you kidding me right now? DK Metcalf's only missed 1 game in his professional career. Taken out on a cart, but then they're saying it's not that serious. And I'm like, is it because he's such a big guy that if he walks on something that's injured, they were worried? Because the cart always seems so much more dramatic, right? Cart always seems like, So lots of injuries yesterday, lots of craziness. Yeah, but it doesn't, and he didn't do squat. I'm not sure where that. Are you meaning on Saquon or E-Money? Give me that in full. Don't get too high on the Eagles. It was the Giants they played. I agree with you on that. Halfway through the game, I texted one of my friends who's an Eagles fan and said, you guys are celebrating like you're playing a real game. This is the New York Football Giants. They are awful. But still, a win is a win at the end of the season. That's all that's going to matter. Somebody is shouting out, scene partners. Okay, you think that's necessary? Well, good. That's all you got. I am ready for the weekend taco. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to see everybody. And taco, I'm not sure if you know, these are my last 2 exoticas. So we're going to make them really good ones. I'm excited about it. Not a sports fan, but thank you, David. You should become a sports fan. What's wrong with that? Okay. Some Texans, Packers. I know that's another one I might go back and watch. Thank you for bringing that one up, Sinan, because I was in a DFS challenge that I run every Sunday, and I started Jordan Love. He was a good price in a good situation. I knew that Houston was missing a lot of pieces in their defense. I didn't expect CJ Stroud to have such an off game, but everyone is allowed to have a bad day at work, and that's just what he had. It doesn't make me think any less of him as a quarterback. Doesn't make me think any less. My Stephon Diggs shares don't make me look too happy, but Joe Mixon, Bob Harris, if you're still in the room, I'm going to say it right here. The reason I drafted Joe Mixon and got made fun of in quite a few leagues, especially my in-person drafts, because Joe Mixon, I listened to Football Diehards, John McClain, who we all know is a legend in the Houston sports world. John McClain comes on, he's like, look, they're really utilizing Joe Mixon as a pass-catching back at camp, really a good fit for CJ Stroud. I was like, boom, draft, okay? Devontae Adams was a good move. Someone asked, can I reply to you privately? I'm sorry, I do not have the time in my life to send private messages. If you can imagine what it would take to send 4.7 million private messages a day. That would just be silly. So in order to also eliminate you all from getting catfished or scammed, I don't answer any private messages to help you. So this way, if you are getting a message from somebody that says they're me, it's not me. I do not private message. I come on here a couple times a week and say hello. I will answer on my main wall. Same with X, Twitter. Do not private message. Same with Facebook. Oh my gosh, the other day I went into my Facebook Meta Business Manager suite and saw that there were like 7,900 messages in Messenger, and so I was able to clear the whole box and close the box just so that people don't think they're going to get a message back. So I don't private message. Oh, your Saints are just riddled with injury. I don't think anything less of your team, just riddled with injury. It's so upsetting. That Chris Olave concussion was was awful for him, because now you got a Thursday night game last week, so we knew he wasn't going to play, and he's a big missing piece. But I am so sorry. I'm somebody in here. Do you think Zay Flowers will put up at least 15 today? So I'm assuming that you need at least 15 for your fantasy football matchup. And I love this. So I'm going to say that Zay Flowers puts up 18 for you today. That is going to be, I am catching up. Yes, I am. In Eminem's video, We Made You. Pretty exciting experience. Something that I think gives me cool points for the rest of my life, right? Like, I'm 90, I can go and find YouTube and show it to all my older 90-year-old friends. No, I was in an Eminem video. So yeah, and I was just listening to Eminem this morning while I was on the elliptical, and I had a huge epiphany about an Eminem song, and I talk about it in this week's episode of my podcast. So, someone asked if I have any children. I do not have any children. I never wanted children. I love to travel. I mean, New York, this was a good idea, new game, played for years. This is the best one yet. Thoughts on the Bears? It seems the cart is the new walking off with a trainer steadying you with a hand on the shoulder. And you know what, Bob? Maybe this is a better idea, but can they just let us know they're using it now for not as serious issues? Because there was a scary injury in the late night game last night, a very scary injury. But it's just sad. I get very emotional when I see players on the cart, because I empathize with what's going through their mind. When will I get to play the sport that I love again? Is this going to ruin my career forever? Am I going to have to go through surgery? Like, imagine. So that's what Spanky, I ain't never quitting on the Cowboys, okay? I'm going to be a Cowboys fan forever. Here's a good one. Lisa, I was wondering if you could check out my profile and consider my GoFundMe. I'm disabled in a wheelchair and bound, but it'd be immense help to my health and life. Rolling Wonder Medal. If anyone can go to that page and help, that would be great, but I just can't. I'm going to tell you why. This morning, I checked my messages, let's say 7:45 when I got back up from the gym, and I already had 15 hits today of people wanting me to put their GoFundMe on my timelines. So legally, I have to do a lot of vetting in order to help with a charity, and that's why I do Blessings in the Backpack, and that's why I do Alzheimer's research. I do this, but I get asked everything from, can I see if I'm a match to donate an organ to somebody? It's a lot of an ask from a stranger. This is something you go into your community about. I wish I could help, but the problem is if I help, then I have to help everyone, right? I can't say yes to you and then say no to the other so many people. And I get a good 200 asks a day. And it's a lot. Like, it's a lot to ask of somebody that's a stranger. I just don't know. I wish you the best. But you also have to realize that I could be getting catfished. There's so many scams on the internet. We've already seen fake GoFundMes. Remember that story in Philadelphia, that couple that helped the guy they helped him get gas, and then they said they gave him all this money. They're in jail right now because they scammed that whole GoFundMe. So for that reason, I wish I could help you, but I really can't. Derrick Henry tonight? Oh my gosh, I'm so sad about the Mets. Dodgers over the Yankees in 6. Ooh. Gosh, I don't know, but as a Mets fan, I kind of got to root for the Dodgers, and as I lived in LA for so long, and I got to root for the Dodgers to go against all my friends in New York that are definitely rooting for the Yankees. Cowboys or Niners next week? As a Cowboys fan, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to say Niners. Okay, they have a lot of injuries too, though. They have a lot of injuries. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Okay, you know what? Someone wanting to know what kind of shoes I'm wearing gets blocked just because we're just cleaning out. I am the girl from the Eminem video, We Made You. E-Money says, Lisa, you're very knowledgeable on football. Your fantasy team must be killing it. You mean fantasy teams, multiple. And if you want to hear me talk fantasy football, I do it every single Sunday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, live on SiriusXM. It's channel 87, Fantasy Sports Radio. You can find it on the app. Cowboys have their defenses started coming back. Does this matter? I mean, I hope it does. I hope we could do something about it, but be about it. Texans line is missing a lot of pieces, George. You have some serious injuries there. They didn't do their job to protect CJ, but still played his heart out, still played a good game. You think it's, hey, Jeff, what's going on? McLean tells no lies, Bob. You are so right. And that is why I am so happy to be definitely, let's see here. Someone who said they are Lisa Ann has made 10 grand this month. Ooh, man, I really wish that I could get a commission from these scammers. I do. Like, wouldn't it be great? I mean, last year we tallied almost 1 million from people submitting receipts, sending me receipts of like, oh, I sent this person, but I'm done feeling bad for people that fall for scams. I'm so sorry about it. But I announce on my timelines every single day. Follow my actual accounts. They're all the same. At The Real Lisa Ann. They're all verified. I don't send private messages. I say this every day. The other day, a guy sent me a receipt. He had just Cash App a woman named Sharon, $2,500. But then when he realized it wasn't me, he found my Ask Lisa Ann by listening to one of my podcasts, I guess, and sent me an email complaining and sent me the Cash App receipt. And I'm like, bro, you sent money to a woman named Sharon, okay? Like, what am I supposed to do? So John, if you are telling the truth and you gave somebody 10 grand, don't do that again. Also, it's unfair. I deserve that money and I'm not asking you for it. Do I ever ask anybody on here for money? No. I might try and sling my books at shoplisaann.com. I may try and sling my events Monday nights at Memory Motel in NYC to watch the games. I'm always slinging something, but I'm never asking for money. So John, share with us. Did you send someone? Scott in the room, what's going on? Great to see you. Happy Monday. Got your email. We'll respond. We'll get you that information that you needed. And it's weird, but I knew you had a little something come up because I had a dream. And then I went and checked the fantasy league to make sure you were still setting your lineup. I was like, and it was that you had a procedure. I had a dream you had a procedure, and I'm glad you're healthy and with us, Scott, because I was like, oh my gosh, I was going to email you, but I didn't. Then when I got your email, I was like, okay, I was right, because I looked at the timeline, and it was the same. Thank you. I've been working on my arms again, trying to get myself back on top. Of course, it's a Cartier watch. You're all noticing everything today. Okay, so calling it now. Minnesota Vikings will be contending in the playoffs despite the loss. Loyal to my soil, go Niners. I love the sports enthusiasm that we all feel, right? Hello there, Lewis. What's going on with you? Tevin, great to see you in here. Thank you for buying the badge. This is really a long one, but I'm so curious. Is anyone else curious about John, who said, so Marty, this is a good one. Marty says, what do I think of the fans booing Deshaun Watson? I don't care of the circumstance of anybody, of anything. We should never boo an injured player. That's just that. Never, never, never should we contribute energy and cheer something negative. That kind of karma is going to come back to all of those people. And that's just ill. I remember when Michael Irvin had a really bad concussion. I think it was a Cowboys Eagles game, and the Eagles fans all cheered when he'd be taken out on a stretcher. I was like, you're horrible people. So don't do that. We don't need to be doing that. Let's see. Something came in about my hometown. Okay, that was too many, so I couldn't go back. Our Raiders are bombing. Yeah, this Raiders are just, yes, I can see your comments, but they don't say any question or anything important. Steelers, wow. Tomlin just gets it done. I didn't think that he would lose at home. I just knew that was going to be a much more game. I'm the one who takes care of all the scammers on all of your accounts. I always publish all scammers. Well, I appreciate that, Pitbull woman. Aren't all of us waiting to hear from John? We're so curious. Don't send strangers money on the internet. Buddy, that's way too many emojis. I'm blocking you. You're just trying to get attention. I'm super sorry. Someone asked, like, going to the Super Bowl in February? No, I prefer to watch. I'll stay in the city. I went to quite a few Super Bowls, and I really, really enjoy not dealing with that chaos and the traffic. By the way, DeAndre just sent a question that's a mailbag question. My top 5 musical artists of this era. Can you send that to asklisaann@gmail.com? Because I would love to read that next week on my podcast. Please send me that question, because I really would love to read that one. That is a really, really good one. So for those of you, it doesn't look like we're going to hear from John. So is it true? Did John give a scammer $10,000? And if so, why? I'm a Taurus. Someone asked what my zodiac sign was. I'm a Taurus. So, well, how do I look so younger than I did? Because I take better care of myself. I'm happier, I'm healthier, I'm living a better life. My quality of life is so much better, and it's helping me just really, really, really live my best life. Tell John I'm a realtor in Arizona, especially in open front property, solid investment. I get it. All right, everybody, I'm gonna head out of here. Sorry we didn't hear back from John. But it does remind me to remind all of you. Think about who you're sending money to on the internet. Don't get scammed. Don't be that person. I'm not going to ask any of you for money. I do raise money for charity, and I make it super simple by having it right on my Instagram or my Facebook, but I will never ask for individual money. I will also never check a private message or respond to a private message. Those are the things that I just have to keep this kind of in the public range. It's for my safety. It's for my time management. It's for all of these things. So be very, very mindful of that. Everybody have a great rest of your day. I appreciate you saying hello. A lot of really good sports conversation here. Check out my show from yesterday. You can go back and rewind on the SiriusXM app. You can listen to it on demand as well. My show is called Lisa Ann Does Fantasy. So check that out. And for everybody, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to do a good deed. Be nice to somebody. Let someone go in traffic. Open a door for someone. Or just, oh my gosh. So you know what? So exciting. I get to block a couple of more people. And what's funny about these people is I know I've already blocked them because they come back in. They haven't even set their avatar yet. But we're We're forever cleaning the streets here on social media to make it a safe space that I enjoy going to. Hello, Coach. Great to see you in here today. Thanks for saying hi. Everybody, have a great rest of your day. Again, The Good Deed. Again, this Wednesday, you get a new episode of my podcast, The Lisa Ann Experience. Tonight, I will be at Memory Motel watching 2 Monday Night Football games. This weekend is Exotica, New Jersey in Edison, New Jersey. Go to Exotica Expo. Exotica is 3 X's. ExoticaExpo.com to find out more information about the show. And then next Saturday night, I will be in the Hamptons at Ultra Saturdays. Come and check me out there. Get a photo. It's going to be a ton of fun. Have a great rest of your day, everybody, and thanks for being here.